right, welcome back, fellow jazz bums. Today is May 21, and we received some news from Blue Note. On their social media, they announced that they are putting out the 85th anniversary series, which is going to consist of 10 LPs. And we're going to get into it, talk about it a little bit, and give our reaction. Before we do, remember to like and subscribe. That really helps the channel. Also, we have the Jazz Bums Discord. We're going to drop a link there, so come and chat with us there. And then, of course, we live stream every Friday, so come and hang out with us there as well. With that, I'm going to kick it over to Felipe to get us started.
Hey, Mike. Hey, Chris. Thanks for watching. Thanks for coming back. Please, again, like and subscribe. So it's kind of interesting news today. Blue Note dropped the word that they are releasing 85th anniversary series, which is going to consist of the 10 records from the classic series, apparently. And they're going to have a special feature. They're going to be all in blue color, and they're going to have a nice OB strip. I am not sure if there's any more details. They're going to have an extra booklet or anything, but it should be the same packaging as the 85th. And we assuming it's going to be probably the 10 most successful titles, and they're only going to be available through indie stores, which is another great thing too. I think they combine very interesting features that we're going to discuss now. So let's keep the ball rolling.
Yeah, absolutely. So I did confirm with some different folks that they're the same pressings, basically same mastering as the Blue Note Classic Series. I would expect the jackets to be the same. I would expect the price to be affordable as well. And it looks like they're going to be, picking. I'm guessing they're going to pick 10 racehorse titles, right? Like the first two, something else, and Sidewinder are some of their biggest titles ever. So,
yeah.
And then I think it's really interesting that they're going to be just for indie stores, which I think is really cool.
My initial reaction was that I have a lot of these classic series titles, so this was just kind of a nice way to celebrate the 85th anniversary, but nothing too earth shattering. And I did look at the social media comments, and there were a good number that were fairly critical of Blue Note doing this, and I did have kind of an initial gut reaction to think like, these classic series that they do, they keep in print. So for them to, so they constantly repress these. So for them to repress them in one instance, to have a blue treatment vinyl, and then also to come with an OB strip to celebrate the 85th anniversary, I have no problem with that since they keep them in print anyway. I just thought this was kind of a nice way to celebrate the anniversary. So I know that I just kind of wanted to mention that because, not shocked, but I was just a little surprised that people had such harsh criticism. Obviously not everybody, that was just a few people, but that was my kind of gut reaction on that.
Yeah, I mean, you can't please everybody all the time, I guess. I mean, I think it's pretty cool. I think they're trying to hit a specific group of people. Like, imagine you're not a jazz fan, but you go into the store to buy your new records, your new pop records or whatever, and you see this thing sitting there with a cool looking OB. It's colored vinyl, which a lot of people really like. It's an affordable price. I think hopefully it'll get folks in the local stores interested in jazz, and maybe they pick one up, and then they, like we all did, they get hooked from there.
Yeah,
I'm guessing also that I'll have all 10 of these titles already, so I probably won't buy any of them. But if I didn't, I would definitely check them out.
Oh yeah, yeah. Again, it's the 85th. It's a landmark, probably one of the oldest labels still around. It's a nice way to celebrate. It's their colors, their name. So Blue Note, Blue Records. The OB is amazing. I think it looks super cool.
Mm-hmm.
This OB there. It's going to be a short run, 10 titles. I mean, collectors might want it for posterity. Imagine like 15 years from now, people are going to be talking about, oh, remember back in 85th anniversary, there was that short run, and they look nice on the shelves. They sound great. And good point, Chris. I mean, those people, regular, casual, weekend buyers, they were going to get a jazz record. And Blue Note's a very recognizable name. Even if you don't know titles, you look at them, those covers, and especially in this edition, they're appealing. And so I think it's a nice touch. It's a great idea they had.
Mm-hmm.
And again, it's probably for collectors and for casual buyers. I mean, if you're like a hardcore collector, you want to have X or Y or Z version, and so why this again? So this is not for you. and I think people tend to think too much that everything has to be tailor made for them. No, there's there's a little bit for everybody, right? So I think it's a nice touch, and it's a great way to celebrate. It's a great way
Yeah.
to celebrate.
Yeah, and I think they're picking 10 titles. We don't know what they are just yet. Actually, if you go to Blue Note's website, if you go to their news article, there isn't even a press release just yet. This has really only been promoted on their social media. And something also to consider is, for the 85th anniversary, this is not just a single thing that they're doing. They when I think the Sonny Rollins Village Vanguard was part of the 85th, they're having their new musicians go out on tour. So they're using this as a way to celebrate everything. And as I mentioned, they have these ready to go. They keep these available. So to me, to have these out there, I think they are kind of cool. They probably are going to select 10 killer titles. They're starting with the Sidewinder, something else. They'll probably do Monin, Soul Station. So if you aren't, a Blue Note collector, if you were to kind of go after these 10, I'm sure they'll be excellent titles to have. So
Yeah.
I think
Yeah, that's what I was just thinking kind of the same thing, that if you are watching this video and you're new to jazz, these would be a great way to get 10 awesome Blue Note titles, most likely. I mean, they're not going to be like, bottom of the barrel titles. They're all going to be, crazy, awesome, amazing titles that you're going to want. So,
yeah.
I mean, and that is kind of different from the classic series, just because if they are limited, I mean, it gives it a little bit of a collectability factor to it, where I don't think that the 80th and classic series are really collectible necessarily. I mean, having them all is fun, and I've done that, but it's not like some limited run that you want to have a collection of or something.
In a different color variation too, which is always attractive. I mean, they look cool when you play.
Yeah.
And the 85th is not only records; it's a whole campaign. They're releasing some new like artwork, some accessories, some many other, even like furniture for records. So I think it's a really cool way. And thinking about, we are celebrating and supporting a label. We're not supporting Spotify, which I think is fundamental these days, and support this kind of artwork and enduring. I think it's really, really cool.
Yeah. So let us know if you agree or disagree, what your opinions are on this. If you're interested in picking up these titles. And yeah, do you guys have any other thoughts?
Just one thing. So it's for indie stores, but it's for Blue Note authorized dealers, which it seems like they've been making a push for. It's with this 85th anniversary thing. I know they had some posters they were giving out, and some slip mats they had sent to those stores and that sort of thing. So it looks like they're trying to really support the local record stores that are part of that program, which I think is fundamental to
Absolutely.
keep, as opposed to some other folks who are making awesome reissues that you can only buy directly from them. I think that this is definitely the way to go.
Yeah, those titles, they belong in any jazz collection. Go get them.
Exactly.
If you don't have them, or having those versions, and these are killer cuts by Kevin. So why not? Absolutely.
Cool.
Yep.
All right. Well, those were just our kind of initial reactions to this. It'll be curious to see if anybody picks these up and how they like them. But yeah, remember, like, subscribe, share, drop a comment, and let us know what you think about this. And we'll see you next time.
Thanks, everyone.
Thanks.